Hi guys, welcome to Club UX. In the 3-part series of storyboarding, we are discussing everything related to storyboard. We already have another videos where we have discussed about what is storyboard with the help of an example, and we have also discussed how you can create storyboard very easily. In this video, we are going to discuss the 4 major components of storyboard. Storyboard is one of the most important visualization tools which is used by UX designer to communicate their ideas and solution to the team members. Storyboard is nothing, it is telling the stories with the help of visuals. Storyboard is a sequence of sketches, images, illustration which makes the scenes planned for a video. In UX design, storyboard is a tool which helps in visualizing the user experience with a product or service. It frames out how people would interact with product and service, all in the context of the environment of the user, which makes it a pretty effective communication tool to be used in your UX design process. Let's move ahead and understand what are the 4 major components of creating a storyboard. Number 1 is to have a character. Just like in comics, movies, or in cartoon, the entire story revolves around at least one central character. Similarly, in storyboard, you need to have at least one character. A character is the persona of the target user, representing the user needs, goals, pain points, motivations, and context of use. This character is essentially your target user that you have identified by conducting your user research in the initial process of the UX design process. It's also important that you name your character, as it also helps you as well as to your team members to identify with the character, and also adds a little bit of fun element to your storyboard. Let me explain it with the help of a storyboard example which I created for one of my design projects by the name Helping Hand. I created 2 characters based on the identified target user. One character is named as Chris, who is an immunodeficient person who needs help to perform his essential task. And the other person is Megan, who needs money and can perform these essential tasks for some money. Let's move ahead to understand the component number 2, which is to create user scenarios. User scenario is described as the stories of a user tied to a persona while performing a task in order to accomplish their goal using the product or service. For example, for this storyboard example, the user scenario that I've created is that Chris is an immunodeficient person who needs help with groceries and can pay. It's important that you understand here is that your user scenario should not be too broad or too narrow that the other person gets confused. User scenario is essentially just a gist of your storyboard. Just by reading the user scenario, the other person should be able to understand what the storyboard would be talking about. Moving ahead to the component number 3, which is to add visuals. Each scenario is represented visually to convey the details relevant to the user story for a better understanding of the user world and the situation. You can simply take some images online, or you can simply sketch the visuals just enough so that the other person can understand the context of the user environment. Moving ahead to the component number 4, which is captions. A caption is a heading or title or words on a screen that communicate what is being said. It describes the action that a user takes in the scenario and also describes the emotional state of the user while they are making use of the solution in the storyboard. Adding different emotions into the character while you are presenting them into the storyboard helps you to form that connection with the user and motivates you to solve the problem of the user, while also helps the other person to connect with the character of your story. All these different frames are then combined together to create a storyboard. So you can see in my example of Helping Hand, I have got 2 central characters as Chris and Megan. I have got captions where each and every action is being described. Then I have my user scenario, and I've added different visuals that I either took up some icons from online, or I make use of the icons that are easily available on my Microsoft PPTs, and this is how I created my storyboard. So guys, it's important that you understand is that you don't really need to be a pro in creating storyboard. You can simply create a storyboard with the help of stick figures that I just created. You can make use of PPT, or you can also simply draw on pen and paper. Creating low fidelity storyboard is much more easier and much more easier to iterate than using all these modern tools to create these high fidelity storyboard and finding it difficult to iterate on the feedback of your team members. So guys, in this video we discussed about the 4 major components of creating storyboard. We have more videos where we have discussed in detail about what is storyboard with the help of example. We have also discussed how to create storyboard very easily. Keep watching more videos. Do check out our website yukti.io where you will find a lot of articles, and make sure that you subscribe our channel for more videos on UI, UX and UX research.